Yo, good rising, y'all. Love y'all, you hear me? Real shit. Uh, this probably just be a fucking video of some random shit, you hear me? Like, I just woke up and I don't know, I just had the urge to make a video, you hear me? Like I said, I've been was supposed to use this board, so get another one, you hear me? Uh, Alright. Oh, big, some points real quick, you hear me? Nah, to me, I look at everything as a circle, you hear me? Because I think everything is just perfectly designed the way it's supposed to be, you hear me? So when I try to explain things, you hear me, I'm going to try to use it as a circle so you could get an understanding of what I'm trying to say, you hear me? So most people say the world is circle, you hear me? But from my own personal perspective is, I think it's the picture of it is a circle, but I think the world is flat. Just me, personally. But this is how it looks to me. That's how it looked to me. So when it comes to perspective and shit like that, so I'm gonna use it again. I'm gonna draw another circle. But perspective, when you get to new perspectives and shit, this is what it's gonna look like. You hear me? Each perspective, you hear me, is something different. You hear me? But it's all about elevating. So each perspective is getting higher and higher and higher. Like I showed you before, you hear me? It doesn't actually look like this. You hear me? Elevation looks like this. You start from here. Each perspective, each thing that you come across is a whole new point. You hear me? You get what I'm saying? You're going up, but it looks like this. It looks like a circle, but it's not. This is what it really looks like. So when it comes to perspective, you hear me? You're just constantly learning and changing. You hear me? Like I say, in order to be better or whatever, you have to make a change. So every time you learn something new or whatever like that, you get a new perception of it. So not only do you get a new perception of it, uh, when you get into a higher perception, uh, you learn more. You hear me? You are able to travel back to the things that you did learn. You hear me? And have a whole new perception of it and actually learn more, even though you already made it past that part. You get what I'm saying? When your perception changed, you were able to go travel back to whatever that was and get a deeper and a more better perception of it. So when I say, So when I say all right, before I even get to that, I would say your mental state, it looks like this. You hear me? You are the center of all things. So everything that's going on around you is mental. You get what I'm saying? Everything that's going on around you is mental. Everything that is around you is also you. So when we deal with perspectives, which is a whole nother circle, which is the same thing as this, when you deal with perspectives or perceptions, each person is a different angle. I would call this a spear. You hear me? I don't know how to draw no spear, but I'm gonna get to it. But if you think about a spear, which is also a circle, you hear me? Then you will understand that each person has a different perception. A different perspective of what life or whatever you want to call it is. So when I say your mental, as far as your mental space, and it's you and everything that's going on around you, right? So when I say the internet is the physical version of what the mind is, I'll show you. The mental state, not the mental state, the internet is the physical version of what the mind is. You get what I'm saying? The internet is a physical version of what the mind is. So when you post videos or pictures or anything, a memorable moment, everything is uploaded to the internet, right? So a lot of people don't put their stuff on there, but either way, it's to the internet. And now when you say everybody is connected, you hear me? What do you think the internet is? You hear me? It's an easier way to connect with people. You hear me? Share your memories, share whatever type of information through the internet, right? But it's I would say the watered down version of what we used to do. You hear me? Just me personally, like I say, this is my channel. You hear me? At the end of the day, it's everything what how I just decide to see things, right? So we always connected mentally. We was able to tell people things, whatever. You hear me? Everything was done telepathically. You get what I'm saying? Then some shit happened in the past. You hear me? When memories was white, you hear me? Whole lot of shit happened, and now we're down in the watered down version of it. You get what I'm saying? So except of it being telepathically, it's done physically through the internet. You get what I'm saying? Anything that happens across the world, you hear me, anything bad or whatever like that, it shows up on the internet. People see it. You hear me? Woo, 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 woo. Feelings, everything is in the internet. Do you get what I'm saying? So when people got different, like when there's different type of social media platforms and stuff like that, it's only different pockets of the mind. You get what I'm saying? So, and that's a lot of things that people have in common. You hear me? Where they share the same type of mental space. Do you get what I'm saying? Instead of uh, using it for something, because let me clear it up. Let's see. So in the past, you ever know in the past that we had technology, you hear me, and it was destroyed, and now they use it in a whole completely different way to keep us low. You get what I'm saying? So I just look, like I said, I just woke up this morning. I had just seen there's a video talk about honeybees. They left the hive because a 5G tower was placed next to it. You get what I'm saying? And that just goes to show you that 5G towers is only meant to fuck us up vibrationally. You get what I'm saying? Energetically, shit like that. So when it comes to past, uh, we had technology. You hear me? The ancient people, you hear me? We call our ancestors, however, you hear me? Had technology. You hear me? They was getting help from. I have to look it up. I don't really remember what it was the Lyrians, some shit like that. They had help as far as like the pyramids being built. You hear me? Pyramids was not only just used with people. You hear me? They helped. They built it with sound. You hear me? They used sound to be able to move them bricks the way that they did. You hear me? Or to cut things, you hear me, so precisely the way that they did. Sound, you hear me? Sound was the thing that was used, you hear me? That's why sound is so important. That's why they use music, you hear me, to fuck up your mental state, you hear me? Everything you see, you hear me? Not everything, but majority, I'm gonna say 50-50, I don't even wanna say majority. Half of the things, you hear me, that we see, you hear me, was meant to fuck us up in some type of way. You get what I'm saying? Things that we use now here is not used to benefit people. You get what I'm saying? It's not meant to benefit us. You hear me? It's for something else. So we're talking about. Let me go right here. I've done that shit before, but look, present, past, future. So when you come to the other way, it'll be, let's see, past, present, future, past, present, future. And when it comes to the future, because we all know that time don't exist. Everything is happening at once. Everything that's going on that's happening at once. You hear me? Y'all don't see it though. So, future, present, past. So, where we are supposed to be the present moment. You hear me? We'll be here or here. And when time don't exist. So in the present moment, you hear me? This is where we are. But in the past, you hear me? Like I said, we had technology, all this other shit. You hear me? That was beneficial to the planet. You get what I'm saying? Not just people, but to the planet. You hear me? So Every, let's say, 10 seconds from now would be the future. Anything can happen within up 10 seconds. You get what I'm saying? It don't matter, nigga. 2 seconds from now would be the future. You get what I'm saying? So once them 2 seconds pass, what is it? Pass. You heard me? Shit that just happened. Like literally just happened 2 seconds ago. You get what I'm saying? So, uh, so in life, if you what you would say, you hear me? Everything is basically bending in on itself. You hear me? That's why I love shrooms. You hear me? Because I observe, the shit that's going on. You get what I'm saying? And I understand it completely. You get what I'm saying? Because I can feel it. You hear me? So when it comes to um, change, uh, or how they make life go about. You get what I'm saying? How they make life go about is they're working as far as like time manipulation and shit like that. All that shit that happened like that. They're working from the future. You hear me? They extracting things. They change things that happened in the past. So when we come back, you hear me? If we ever do this life again, when we come back, it'll be completely different. You hear me? Since they already know what they did or how they get things to go a certain way, you hear me? They already know where to go. Uh, shit, excuse me. A lot of people, uh, a lot of people live in the past. You get what I'm saying? Because they uh, traumatic or sad, depressed. You hear me? So worried about the people who passed away and things, how things used to be, shit like that. You hear me? That's the thing. A lot of people live in the past. You hear me? But they also have a lot of people who live futuristically. You hear me? Always, you know, worried about what's gonna happen and all types of shit like that. You hear me? But wow, that sun feels so good. But oh shit, I don't even know where to go. Well, the most important is to be in the now. You hear me? The present moment, the right now. See, when you in the center of the right now, and cause like that's why I could try and explain shrooms, bro. Is it it pretty much centers you. You get what I'm saying? Because you could have a bad trip or a good trip. You hear me? Before you on that trip, when you actually able to control your mental, you hear me, and your emotions and things like that. You hear me? See what's going on with the shrooms is helping you center yourself, which is your whole circle. You hear me? Or with all that shit around you. You hear me? Is coming in. You hear me? It's coming in where your mental able to expand. Like once you come in, you'll everything else open up. This is how you feel you've been connected to everything around you. So from your hearing, you hear me, to the shit that you see, you hear me, all that shit center itself back in to you. You hear me? You centering yourself, and once you get to that point, everything just it feels like one. You get what I'm saying? It's literally all one thing. everything that's around you, you hear me, is you. You hear me? Everything that's around you is you. So the goal is to center yourself. You hear me? Living in the present moment. You hear me? Not worrying about what's going to happen or what did happen. You hear me? Once people figure out that centering yourself in the present moment and you spreading that love to everybody, you hear me? Then, nigga, the world would stop. Nigga, literally. You hear me? All this shit would literally stop, bro. You hear me? We would go back to where the fuck we was. You hear me? But people don't, see that. A lot of people not gonna see the things that I see, of course. You get what I'm saying? That's why I try to explain things the best way I could, you hear me? And I'm gonna try to use this more often so I can actually show you. You get what I'm saying? But even then some people still won't be able to grasp that concept because of where my perspective is. You hear me? I just showed you how the perspective works because how my perspective is. You hear me? So each level up, you hear me? Each time, like when it comes to elevating yourself, you hear me? Each perception, of course, is something different. You hear me? You're learning something better. You hear me? But it's the surrounding of it. You get what I'm saying? How you able to see things, how you able to feel it, how you able to break shit down, you hear me? Why you able to know things before things happen and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? The best thing to do, you hear me, is you have to become the observer. You have to become the observer. You hear me? Observe was, all right, it's like this. And I'm going to give you another perception. When you looking at the world, through your eyes, you hear me? Like this, when you looking at the world, you have to look at it from here. You get what I'm saying? You observing the thing that, all right, you observing this, right? But you observe yourself observing this. Do you get what I'm saying? You're observing this, whatever this is, then you observe yourself observing this. So what you will see is this. Do you get what I'm saying? You observe yourself observing that. And then once you learn as much as you could from observing yourself, from observing that, then your perception change. Then you got a higher elevation. Now, that's not it because the shit constantly goes. You hear me? You're constantly working on yourself. So when you observe yourself observing that, then you observe yourself from observing that, and observing that. Did you get what I'm saying? I probably sketched that out wrong, but you observing this, so you observe yourself observing this. Then you're observing that, that's observing that, that's observing that. You get what I'm saying? Observation, bro. Observation, bro. Why you think they say actions speak louder than words? You hear me? Actions speak louder than words. You hear me? You gotta see what a nigga doing. You hear me? Because he could tell you anything. You get what I'm saying? A person can tell you anything. You hear me? Just like the government. You hear me? They tell you one thing with one hand, but really behind closed doors, they're using their left hand with something else. You get what I'm saying? Actions, you hear me, is speak louder than words, bro. So it's all about you observing. You hear me? So when it comes to people so-called waking up, you hear me, or people discovering who they are, you get what I'm saying? They become an observer. You hear me? They ain't just, and that's also a thing. You hear me? Don't just listen to what anybody say. You get what I'm saying? Because They got a lot of fucked up people in this world, you hear me, that want to lead you to your demise. You get what I'm saying? So when it comes to information, don't just believe a nigga off the bat. Go do some research. You hear me? You be like, damn, I don't necessarily believe what he's saying. I like it, you hear me, but I don't necessarily believe it. You get what I'm saying? They go do some research. Once you do your research, you hear me, and not only do you do research, once you would, if it's real, if it's true or something, you hear me, you would get a synchronicity. You hear me? That synchronicity will let you know that that thing is real. You hear me? Oh yeah, that's right. You get what I'm saying? And then you start to feel it. You hear me? And you'll start to go through it a little bit more. You get what I'm saying? That's why it's important. You hear me? Always go do your research. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to it, you hear me? I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, it's all about being an observer. You hear me? Because the more you observe, you hear me, the more you learn. You hear me? The more you know, you hear me, it's less likely the government or whoever could get over on you. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was saying. You hear me? Actually speak louder than the words. You hear me? So don't just necessarily believe anything a nigga saying. You hear me? If you like that type of information that makes sense to you, you hear me, then you also have to go do your research. You hear me? You can't just follow a nigga, you hear me, the whole time, you hear me, and you not do your work. You get what I'm saying? And just like asking the universe for shit. You hear me? You can ask the universe for whatever you want. You hear me? But if you don't necessarily put in the work to get it, you hear me, you won't get exactly the things that you want, but you would get partial of it. You get what I'm saying? So it's important for you to do your own work. You get what I'm saying? So that's why. So when it comes to you being the only person that exists in this world, get what I'm saying? Become an observer. You're the only person that exists in this world. So if I was to look around, right? I could show you what I see, right? From my eyes. So if you was to put yourself in my shoes, you would see this, just like that. If I was to put myself in your shoes, I would see the things that you see. You get what I'm saying? But the point is, when you understand that your vision is literally the same thing as somebody else. Do you get what I'm saying? Like just stare at one thing. You heard me? The thing that you see, if you was to put yourself in somebody else's shoes and have them see that exact same thing, you would see that your vision is the same fucking way. You heard me? You the only person that really exists. It's only you. You heard me? It's only you that exists in this world. That's why it's so important for people to come together and show love to one another. You hear me? That's why love is so important. You get what I'm saying? Because we shouldn't look at somebody and be like, oh man, you do this, you do that, you hear me, you wrong, da 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 da. No, it's about accepting people for who they are, because each perception, you hear me? Each perception is something completely different, but it's the same. You get what I'm saying? Just because you on the other end of the circle or another part of the circle doesn't make you wrong. It's what you see. Do you get what I'm saying? You're literally the same fucking person, bro. We're the same person in different fucking bodies. Same person in different bodies experiencing damn near the same shit. It all depends on where you grew up, things you learned, you hear me, situations you've been through, you hear me, all this shit, it plays out, you get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, our sight, you hear me, how we breathe, how we bleed, you hear me, it's all the fucking same, bro. We're literally the same fucking being. We're the same person. You get what I'm saying? That's why it's so important for you to know yourself. Know thyself. You get what I'm saying? It's important for you to know yourself. Like I say, there's just a video of just buku random shit. And I'm just talking. You know what I'm saying? I really need to make like a fucking podcast or something. You hear me? Fucking, that's something else. You hear me? It's important for you to be authentic. You hear me? It's important for you to be you. Live the life that you want to live, and we gotta stop worrying about what other people think about us. You hear me? And that's one of my problems that I'm constantly working on. You get what I'm saying? I be worried about what other people gotta say. You get what I'm saying? But deep down inside, I really don't give a fuck. You hear me? But also, deeper than that, you hear me, is that I care. You get what I'm saying? It's not that I care about what they say. I care about other people. I don't want to step on nobody's toes. You hear me? I don't want to. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to feel like I'm fucking over people. You get what I'm saying? Because never been my type of character. It's never been my character. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, I am the way I am because I am the way I am now because I've been fucked over so many times, bro. You hear me? Betrayal, lies. You hear me? All types of shit. You get what I'm saying? That's why I am the way I am now. You hear me? I like to stay to myself because I can't trust people like that no more. You get what I'm saying? I want to, I do a little bit. You hear me? But it's your energetic field. You hear me? If your energetic field, you hear me, don't seem genuine, it ain't nice, I wouldn't even like to be in your presence. You get what I'm saying? I only like fucking with genuine people, people that's authentic, who are themselves, who's real, you hear me? Who accept people for who they choose to be, you get what I'm saying? People who let people be them, you get what I'm saying? And not always out, you hear me, in everybody else's face, you get what I'm saying? Like, you know, shit just hard, you hear me? But that's just me, you hear me? I'm not like most people, you get what I'm saying? But whatever, you hear me? Life is immaculate, bro. It really is. It truly is, bro. But it's so fucked up, you hear me? Because people just so fucked up, you hear me? I can't even really blame the people just as God would say, you know, what God would do. He wouldn't just blame the people, you hear me? He blamed the people that know that this is wrong. You get what I'm saying? That know something is wrong, you hear me, and still choose to do it. You get what I'm saying? Oh, you know this is the most righteous way to go about it, but you still choose to go about it wrong. You get what I'm saying? That's it. I can't be no fucked up person, bro. Like, never been me, ever. You hear me? But the fact that I'm so quiet, you hear me? I stay to myself. You hear me? I let shit happen. You get what I'm saying? It is, it's kind of my fault because I let it be that way. You get what I'm saying? But I, from deeper down, is that I don't want to, I don't want to make things worse than what it already is. You get what I'm saying? I, I know I'm not a fucked up individual. You hear me? But I know, I mean, and I also know that I don't do fucked up shit. You get what I'm saying? But certain things, you get what I'm saying? Reason why I say I'm fucked up with it is that I let things be what it is. You get what I'm saying? And I don't say nothing about it. You get what I'm saying? But the thing is that I accept people for who they are. You hear me? I know you could be a fucked up person. You hear me? I can know that. I know you could do this or that or that. You hear me? That wouldn't actually change my perception on you. You hear me? I know you. You know. Do you get what I'm saying? But I let you live your life the way you choose to live it. You get what I'm saying? And I expect for you to do the same for me. But people don't look at it like that. Oh man, look at this nigga, man. This nigga da da da. Oh look at this da 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 da. You hear me? People always got something to say. You get what I'm saying? So I like to stay to myself, bro. I don't really like being in nobody's face. You hear me? Because people two faced like a motherfucker, bro. I don't like it, son. I don't like two faced people, bro. Like, come on, son. You can't do it, bro. At the end of the day, it's my life. You hear me? And I choose to live my life the way I choose to live it. You hear me? And my life was written the way it is. It was supposed to be written. You get what I'm saying? So let's say our life was written, you hear me, with the fucked up things that happens, that goes on in it. But it's up to you to make that change, you hear me, for something better. Do you get what I'm saying? It's always about being righteous, you hear me, being as righteous as you possibly could. You hear me? That's it. That's it. That's all, bro. You hear me? Leave the negativity where it's supposed to be, which is outside this fucking circle. You get what I'm saying? Outside this circle. You hear me? Like, so let's rewind again. Your mental state is all around you. So that just goes to show you how big your mind is. So let's also get this right too. It just shows you how big your mental state is, bro. We could do whatever the fuck we want. You get what I'm saying? We can manifest whatever the fuck we want. You hear me? Oh, if we get a certain amount of people, you hear me, to manifest on one thing, instantly. You get what I'm saying? That's how I got work. Right? But what I was about to say is, you, of course, spirit would be center of your body, third eye right at the top. So, just using the person, when it comes to your mental state, which is a whole nother circle, which I'm gonna use, when it comes to your mental state, and when it comes to spirit, spirit is the center. When it comes to you, you hear me, the voice that you hear, like if I was to say, close your eyes, you hear me, and just say your name. Close your eyes and say your names. Close your eyes and say your name. Close your eyes and say your name. The voice you hear is you, right? The voice you hear that is saying your name is you. If you don't say your name, or you just keep your eyes closed and you observing, when you're looking at your mental state, is the mind. So everything that's going on in your head, you hear me, without you actually speaking, is the mind. So this how I look at the mind. You hear me? Mixed up with buku hella shit, bro. It's just, your mind is just all over the fucking place. But once you come to realize who you are, spirit, which cut through all that, then you will understand, oh, I see. You hear me? Now you're able to organize your mental state, because you understand that everything that's going on inside your mind is not you. My personal perception is your mental state and all the voices you hear, everything that's going on in your head, is everybody else. Oh shit, it's a whole beat and fucking washer boot straight past my face. That motherfucker big as hell too, I ain't gonna lie. That good. Look. That motherfucker big. So I was back at home, I killed that bitch. All right. So I was saying is, so everything else that's going on inside your head that you're not personally thinking about is the thoughts of everybody else. You hear me? That's why they say when you receive certain ideas, to make sure you act upon it, because somebody else can receive it. You get what I'm saying? If you get an idea about something and you don't actually act upon it, you hear me, and make it become a reality, somebody else will receive it. Or another way I could put it is, you ever thought about some shit like, oh man, I think they should do this, you hear me? I think they should do that, you hear me? And then somewhere down the line, you hear me, you see somebody do that shit, you hear me, and they ain't actually see you say that shit, and you be like, damn son, I said this shit, woo woo woo, you hear me? Not somebody doing. Did you get what I'm saying? Anybody could receive that thought. So it's up to you to act upon it. So when I say your mental state is huge. You hear me? So now you got you. Well, I would say for me, how it worked for me, you hear me? Your intuition. You got your intuition that'd be like, yeah, man, you need to do this. You need to do that. You hear me? That's your intuition. You hear me? Your intuition will never lead you. Your intuition will never lead you wrong. You hear what I'm saying? Your intuition always tell you something right. You hear me? It's up to you to be able to make the difference of you receiving that message. You hear me? Or you just, as far as like egotistically, you hear me, telling you some shit. You get what I'm saying? So now that's the, like back in the G, you hear me, how they used to have the good guy on one shoulder and the bad guy on the other shoulder. That's basically what that shit is. It's you, your intuition, and ego. You get what I'm saying? Is you the center of all things, spirit, the intuition, ego. So it's up to you, you hear me, to determine like where you receive this information. You get what I'm saying? But your mental state, you hear me, it's all over the place. You hear me? Everything is going on at one time. You get what I'm saying? So it's up to you. Man, it's starting to get fucking cold out there. It's cold out there now. Fuck, ain't cold weather. It's sunny to come back out.
No, I got it down.
Dollar for what?
No, I need to get it ready.
Huh?
Ready.
Oh, you need to go to the store? All right. Hmm? I love y'all though. You hear me? Real shit. I'm gonna get back to it. You hear me? Like I said, I tried to explain shit the best way I could. You hear me? I try to explain it how I personally see it. You hear me? Like, y'all don't necessarily have to believe me. You hear me? It's not about whether or not you believe me. You hear me? It's about whether or not you want to wake up to yourself. You hear me? It's all about whether or not you want to find yourself. You want to find the truth. You hear me? You got to go out there and go look for it. You hear me? Don't just go by what I say. You hear me? Go do your research. And even then, a lot of stuff that I would put, you hear me? I try to sketch it out. You hear me? You probably won't be able to find it as far as like doing research. You hear me? This is something that just comes to me. You hear me? And I'm able to, But like I said, you hear me? Love y'all real shit. You hear me? Y'all stay up. I'm going to get back to it.